Hello, I'm Robert Evans, the co-founder of FINTRAIL.
Hi, I'm Shilpa Arora, Anti-Money Laundering Director at ACAMS EMEA.
And we're here today to talk about CAFCA.
Indeed, we are. So ACAMS, in partnership with FINTRAIL, has launched CAFCA, the Certified AML FinTech Compliance Associate. It's a qualification for fintech professionals. It's developed by fintech professionals and certified by ACAMS. Rob, you work with fintechs a lot, so at FINTRAIL. So what do you think are the key challenges that fintechs face today with respect to financial crime prevention?
Well, I think financial crime prevention in fintechs has very many similarities to working in a traditional financial institution, but there's a few key and important areas where there might be some differences, and that's where we've developed CAFCA to focus on addressing those differences. So firstly, fintech itself is a massively broad definition, and within that, the industry has lots of different products servicing lots of different customer types. And in many senses, the industry is still a fledgling industry. So on one end of the spectrum, we may have very small startups that it maybe consists of a couple of the original founders. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we may have, global, very large global scale-ups with lots of employees, thousands of employees potentially, and global businesses. I think the other thing to stress is that the firms are rarely static. There's often rapid growth, and that creates fluidity in the business and the business model, both on the sort of risk profile that business might have, but also just literally on the size and scale and complexity of the business. So anyone that's undertaking a role that has some impact on anti-financial crime controls, it's really important that they understand the context of the controls and the expectations, so that they can continue to play a significant part in the development of their business in a sustainable way. And then also, I think, as with traditional or legacy institutions, everyone employed in a regulated business, such as a fintech who has a regulated product, are required to play their part in anti-financial crime. But I think it's really important to highlight the fact that there are many people within a fintech, some of who may never have come into contact with financial crime or playing a role within the financial crime control framework. It's really important for them to understand the context and what the important part they may play in that. So, for example, we're thinking there about customer support teams who may be dealing with the onboarding of customers and potentially looking at things like customer onboarding alerts during that onboarding process.
Thank you, Rob. And of course, a well-designed and executed AML framework protects the firms as well against bad actors. And as you were saying, it contributes to, a more robust anti-financial crime ecosystem. So CAFCA, the new associate level certification, it recognizes and responds to the difference in needs for fintechs also. It's designed to empower and upskill the teams that you rely on to protect your organization. And it does so by ensuring that they understand and they're able to demonstrate knowledge of core compliance principles and make sure they understand the risk, the overall financial crime risk, and manage and mitigate that. A fully certified team also demonstrates that your business takes financial crime risks seriously. So Rob, tell us about your experience of developing this course with ACAMS.
Well, this is a hugely important step for the industry, and to collaborate with ACAMS and the industry professionals from the task force on its development has been a real pleasure for our team. For us, this is about ensuring the future of the fintech industry, making sure it's sustainable by setting clear benchmark and standards, building confidence across all of the stakeholders involved in that industry and the community, and showing the industry is committed to playing a vital role in the fight against financial crime and having tangible standards to achieve that. But Shilpa, let's discuss some specifics about the course. What does it cover, and what does taking the course entail?
Thanks, Rob. So CAFCA course covers 5 broad topics. So first one's governance, guidance, and regulations. And of course, nothing's complete without due diligence across all customer types. So that's covered in the course too. We go into payment screening, we go into transaction monitoring, we also go into investigations, inquiries, and reporting, even as it pertains to reporting to regulators or to FIUs. And finally, a very important topic for fintechs, which is scaling your anti-financial crime strategies and programs. So as fintechs grow, how do you then scale your anti-financial crime framework to be able to protect your business and help with the growth? In terms of how long it takes to complete the certification, there's about 8 hours on average worth of materials, which of course can be reviewed, taking longer if need be online. It's followed by a 90-minute online proctored exam.
Great, thanks, Shilpa. And I think probably one of the most important questions is, when is it available for people to take?
So study materials and exam will be available from the 31st of January, but we are accepting enrollments now. So if you are a fintech looking to upskill your teams with anti-financial crime knowledge, enroll now. CAFCA is here for you.
Great. Thanks, Shilpa.
Thank you, Rob.